a Trump Department of Justice official, unsurprisingly, a January 6th Capitol rioter that had urged his fellow rioters to murder police officers.
You guys are disgusting, man. You guys are disgusting. I'm former law enforcement. You're disgusting. You are the Nazi. You are the Gestapo. You can't see it because you're chasing your pension, right? Your pension, your retirement, right? That's what runs your life, your retirement.
The sad thing is they're not even going to get their pension because it's going to be worthless.
And shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Yeah! Fuck that! Yeah!
How ironic that the guy who was actually the Gestapo and a Nazi would, accuse other people of doing so, of being one of those groups. By the way, that was Jared Wise, a pardoned Capitol rioter, who is now a senior advisor at the Department of Justice. Look, they weren't just hiring Capitol rioters to be ICE agents. No, they have literally put them in powerful government positions. The overthrow that they planned on January 6th has been more successful than they could ever imagine with these people now in power. NPR had obtained that police body cam footage, which hadn't been previously published, okay, but was used as an exhibit in Wise's trial. NPR also obtained transcript of Wise's testimony, in which he acknowledges that, yes, he repeatedly yelled, "Kill him," as police officers were being attacked. Wise had also admitted to entering the Capitol through a door that was forced open, even though he didn't personally attack police officers. He did egg them on. He exited about 10 minutes later through a broken window, according to charging documents. He had remained on the Capitol grounds for hours during the riot. In 2023, prosecutors had obtained an indictment against Wise for civil disorder, disorderly conduct on Capitol grounds, as well as aiding and abetting an assault on law enforcement officers. During his trial, he admitted to saying those things and said this, quote, "Those are terrible things to say. Of course, I shouldn't say those things. I think it was careless. I think I was careless. You were, that's definitely careless because you actually admitted to what you really thought." And then said, "I think I was careless and used terrible words when I was angry. Yes. I was so mad that they wouldn't just hand over the presidency to Donald Trump. I was so mad that we live in a democracy and my favorite candidate couldn't get put back into power. That because he lost. I'm so mad. But I shouldn't have said those things. I shouldn't have said to kill those police officers." Right. Federal prosecutor then asked him, "You yelled shame on you, shame on you." "I did," Wise replied. "And you meant it or you wouldn't have said it, right?" "I assume, yes." "And you meant kill him, kill him, kill him, get him, right?" "No," he said. I think that was just an angry reaction." "Oh, okay. So you meant it for 10 seconds before, and then all of a sudden, you didn't mean it, right?" To which he replied, "No, I don't think I meant to kill him. I don't want people to die." "You mean you don't want to get in trouble?" He also admitted that it was probably obvious that he shouldn't have went into the building. No kidding. Now, that said, he didn't get punished for any of this. Why? The day after Trump's inauguration, his case happened to have been dismissed. No, of course. And not only was his case dismissed, but he has been hired now as a senior advisor in the Department of Justice, specifically in the Office of the Deputy Attorney General, and has been working on internal reviews of alleged weaponization of law enforcement. This is your law and order administration, okay? Apparently, back the blue only applies if you're out there cracking liberal skulls. But if you're actually standing up against a conservative mob, well then, no, we're not going to come after you. Not at all. We're going to let you go and then hire you into the government. According to a DOJ statement, Jared Wise is a valued member of the Department of Justice, and we appreciate his contributions to our team. Oh, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. You know that team includes right-wing activist Ed Martin. That's right. Who had previously served on a board providing financial support to these Capitol rioters. As a pardon attorney and director of the administration's Weaponization Working Group, where apparently they're working really, really hard at trying to weaponize government against the Democrats, against Trump's political enemies, using the very people who had attempted to overthrow the government on January 6th. Turns out the riot wasn't even necessary. Wasn't needed at all. They were just able to hand the government over to a bunch of criminal thugs because that's what's going on. This guy, Donald Trump, Ed Martin, all of them. They hate rule of law. They hate the Constitution. They hate this country. That's the reality of the situation. They are the Gestapo. They are. Everything that this administration has been doing follows the Nazi authoritarian playbook. Hitler also launched a failed coup, faced a judicial system that would not or could not hold him accountable, Merrick Garland, and then was able to revive his political career with the support of traditional conservatives on the right. Because, those people are fascists. He got back into power and is doing a legal revolution to dismantle and reshape American government, just like Hitler had done in Germany. Doing a legal revolution to dismantle and reshape the German government. And you know what? Project 2025 is that effort, and they're about halfway done. 47%. And look, Trump has also managed to get the business elite to bow down to him, as well as media. Paramount, CBS, ABC, law firms, all of them are subservient to Donald Trump now and his whims. As Christopher Browning, professor emeritus at the University of North Carolina, had said, quote, "The business community is obsessed with obtaining lower taxes and more deregulation. Nothing else seems to weigh on the scale as long as they get these two things, regardless of the ultimate cost to society and the country. Even the prospect of ruinous tariff wars," which, by the way, the tariffs, they're in effect. They just went into effect today. He said, those tariffs, they don't really have an effect on them. In that sense, they're as deluded and blinkered about the ultimate consequences of Trump as German businessmen were about Hitler. That's it. Paul Lerner, professor of history at the University of Southern California, had also said this, quote, "Trump already has his ministry of propaganda, which is Fox News, and he's edging out the mainstream media, which has failed to hold him accountable for 10 years already. Journalists get stories by keeping access to the White House, and if writing critical pieces means you lose your access, eventually only the friendly press will have access." And we've seen that. Look, every single thing that we have warned about happening is happening right before our very eyes. It's happening. Yes, we are now in fascism. That's it. Authoritarianism is here, baby. It's here. We have Capitol rioters serving in government positions, looking to punish their political enemies, the people that tried to hold them accountable. That's what's going on. Okay? Everything that we warned about is here. And it will get far worse before there's even a chance of it getting any better. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.